have Karina here in triangle pose. We're going to look at some simple adjustments, hands-on adjustments for this wonderful shape. And the first adjustment is the simplest adjustment. You can just take their top hand and stretch it slightly up. This is a very simple adjustment, but it can give some people a sense of lift and maybe direction of movement energetically. Now, the assist that I like a lot here would be, I become her wall. So I take one leg, the back leg, and I put it against her bottom sitting bone. Remember, we don't worry about the top hip. The top hip will either lift or it'll lower, but we give the top hip lots of space. So that bottom hip I'm now walking into. And then I take my hand that's back there and place it on that top hip crest. So I'm bracing it. I'm not pulling it up, I'm not pushing it down, I'm just bracing it. And then I bring my other arm around her shoulder and I gently lean her shoulder back into me and I allow her to treat me like a wall. So she'll take a breath or two like that. And don't forget that when you become somebody's wall, you can't just walk away from them. So you might instruct them to look down, so look down, and then release your top hand toward the ground. And yeah, top hand, so that she can release out of the shape safely. But if I were to walk away, she would just fall over, most likely, because she was used to me being her wall. Hey, can you switch sides, please? You can come back to down dog or forward. Yeah, whichever way you want to. And then we'll switch sides.
Facing that.
Yeah, facing the camera. Okay, so she's coming back into triangle pose. Now, this is even more advanced than the last one for your hypermobile students. So some of your students are going to be really flexible and really open. And remember, when somebody is really open, they're going for full sensation in their poses. So you might see a thrusting up of the rib cage. It's hard for you to see that angle here in triangle pose, and besides, she has a beautiful triangle pose. But why don't you exaggerate that thrusting of the rib cage forward for a second? Yeah, so a lot of students will do this because it just feels more sensation-y. So again, you can become their wall, and you can take a hold of their top shoulder. Now she's so open that I'm not actually giving her a lot of support. All I'm going to do is bring my fingertips to her bottom floating ribs and gently soften them down. So this would be for that student that really pushes the rib cage forward in the front. And then you give them a breath or two, and it's really an energetic releasing back to the solar plexus. And then this case, chances are they're stable enough that you can, from that hip, release and walk away.